Okay, I was going to sit down, but this video is so important. I just had to use my hands when I'm talking. So I had a viewer question on if you should share finances when you are in a relationship or married, or if you should keep everything separate, or if you should contribute to the household bills based on your income levels. So this is so important. And I think, and this is 25 years of experience in working in finance and accounting, that I think money is the number one problem in marriages and relationships. If people start fighting over money and fighting over how one spouse or one person in that relationship spends money, you are going to be headed for disaster. Money is extremely personal to people. Money is a source of pride for some people, and money is a source of contention and a source of stress for a lot of people. So I really feel in today's economy, and I stress this, and this might not be a perfect example, but I really feel strongly that your finances should be kept separately and equally divided down the middle based on your normal household bills. And the reason I feel this way is I feel that people, when they have a sense of their own money and their own contribution into the family income, I feel like it makes them a very strong person. And I feel like it makes them feel like they're contributing, and you can take your money and spend your money how you would like, not how your spouse would like. So for example, there are a lot of people that have expensive hobbies. So there are a lot of people that have age gap marriages, like myself and my husband, who is 11 years older. He has different types of hobbies than I have, and we never have ever argued about money, because if he wants to spend his extra money after our bills are paid and our investment accounts and our retirement accounts are funded as we agreed upon when we got married, he can spend his money the way he wants to. So he has a few more expensive hobbies than I have. My hobbies I've spent more of my money probably on more vacations and type of things that I like to do. And we've never ever argued about money. So I'm an accountant and a finance person, so I tend to keep really good track of our money. And so you do run into the little tiny things like, okay, the health insurance comes out of his paycheck, so then I will pay just a little bit more of one of our insurance policies so that it comes out even kind of in the end. As far as household bills, we split everything exactly right down the middle. I have taught my kids and my college age kids that when they have roommates and boyfriends they live with and husbands, well, I guess it's up to them to decide when they get married how they want to commingle their finances. But I've really emphasized that you don't want to lean on and support another person, because it does create a lot of animosity. So my personal opinion is, I feel like if both spouses are working, okay, so there's little other things going on here too. If both spouses are working, I feel like splitting the bills 50% and each person managing their own money is the way to go. So for example, I am an extreme saver. So I like to save and set my retirement up and set myself up so that in the future, if I wanted to retire earlier, or if I wanted to try a different career or have an entrepreneurial venture, I can do that because I've set myself up for success. And I'm not a risky person, so I probably wouldn't be spending thousands and thousands of dollars on a risky business anyway. I think that's just my background in finance and accounting. I've seen way too many businesses fail. So I am really kind of particular about spending. So in an age gap marriage, like my husband and myself, I do see as we start getting closer to retirement and nearing the different types of struggles that we're probably going to have with an age gap marriage, I do see that we will probably start having to merge some things together, just because we'll have some, health insurance type things and different insurance issues that will probably come up. So even like our tax returns or our tax, if we get a tax refund, which we normally don't, we always have to pay in, we even split that down the middle. Our incomes are almost the same, so we don't really have a lot of difference there. And then so we've also came to throughout the years where I have wanted to take like a couple of like bigger trips where, I pay for some extra people to come with that I would really like to attend our family trips. And my husband has disagreed, so I end up paying the difference on that, because that wasn't what he wanted to do, that's what I wanted to do. And since we split things evenly, it wasn't a problem. You know what I mean? Trying to get that real. So if you are a couple that like one of the parents stays home, this is impossible to do. So this doesn't relate to you at all, because obviously you don't have any income coming in and you have to live off of the one spouse income. So this video is not applicable to you. So don't even watch this video, shut it off if you have just a one single family income. However, I encourage you not to do that very long, because it's good for people to get out. It's good for people to have a purpose in life. Even though you might be raising your kids now when the kids get into school, it's really good to have a purpose, and it's really good to have that Social Security income, when you're later in life, and contributing to your family's finances. Okay, that's probably going to create a lot of problems there. But so anyway, my advice was to have, so this is how we do it. So we have one account that our ACH from our paychecks dumps in an exact same amount into one account. And then in that account, we pay all of our monthly bills out of we have one credit card that we each have a card, and actually our college kids have a card for emergencies. And then at the end of the month, we split that, which actually comes out of that account too. And sometimes we have to dump more into it, just depending on what we've had to buy for household expenses. So we kind of just split that. It just makes it super simple and super easy for splitting household bills. The credit card works really well. If you can pay it off every month, don't do the credit card if you have a balance or you can't pay the credit card off every month, because that's just crazy to throw money on household expenses out the window. And so anyway, that was my answer to that question, that I really feel strongly that you should split the bills in your household at 50%. I am a very strong, independent woman, and I just really would not want to be dependent on asking my husband for money. Especially like if I wanted to go out and buy a pair of fancy shoes, which I don't because I'm super thrifty, but if I wanted to, I could, and I don't have to ask for permission. And I guess my husband would probably be the same way, where he wants to buy some fancy fishing thing, and I would be like, no, I'm not interested in that. And, we probably wouldn't get anywhere, and there would probably be quite a bit of arguing and animosity towards each other. So I just really think I'm sorry I say so much. I just really feel like it makes life in married life so much simpler if you are not, fighting over money. And so I have had a few entrepreneurial ventures. I had one very successful business, and I had two businesses that actually I had to close and did not make it. And that took the risk off of my husband also, because he wasn't in a financial situation for paying off businesses that he didn't want anything to do with and that he didn't start. And I'm very entrepreneurial and like to try new things with just a little bit of risk. My husband is not entrepreneurial and just really likes going to his job, doing his job, coming home, and then working on his other adventures that he likes to do. Not anything entrepreneurial. I'm the one that will do some of those risky things, and it has came back that with the 2 businesses that didn't make it, 50% of businesses fail. I had 1 super successful one and 2 that haven't done real well, and that took the burden off of him, and that because it was my money that I was investing in this, not our money. And so we didn't have any arguments or fights or marital discord over money. So money really, really is a very, very highly volatile topic between couples, especially if you have a husband or a wife that spends money in the way that you don't agree with. And this takes all of that away. It takes all of that away. I mean, I still sometimes will be like, I don't really think you probably needed to purchase that, or that isn't something that I think we really needed to buy right now. But I have to look at it like, you know what? He earned the money. He wants to get that particular item. He sure can, I guess, even though sometimes I'll still grumble about it a little bit in the background. But anyway, that is my take. And I hope you maybe learned something, gleaned a little information off of this. And if so, that's great. And if not, let's hope you learned something anyway. Thanks.